it up. There's only 3.3 to go, and it's flattening out very shortly for Valverde. I think he's on the cruise home.
Well, a response has come, but it's a little bit late. Still 3 kilometers to go. It was Rafa Majka, the Polish rider. Now Kelderman, Igor Anton also in the mix. And now an attack from TJ Van Garderen.
Well, at long last, here he goes. Now, can he bridge it? 3.2 kilometers to go. What's Kelderman got? Not much. TJ Van Garderen. Kelderman tries to respond, goes to the other side of the road. Tight on the inside, but TJ's using everything he possibly can. Chase is on behind him as well. Majka would love it to have a little bit of the day, but 3.1 kilometers, 49 seconds. He's got to go all in. But I think it's too late.
He's got nothing else. There's nothing else he can do. He's attacked. He's bided his time. He's got no more teammates. But look at the face of Rafa Majka. On his wheel is Bolkamolima. Majka just makes contact. Will they assist the American in chasing them down, or will we see Majka attack? But looking by the face of Majka, he's got nothing left. He's happy just to be on the wheel of the American. That stinging attack by TJ Van Garderen has eaten into the lead. 40 seconds to go. What an absolute cliffhanger.
Amazing. 22 seconds, don't forget. Trim that off the 40. He leads by 20. Leads the race by 20 seconds. Now, you will see TJ try and close this gap. The trouble is he's on the tougher part of the course right now, and it's getting easier for Valverde up front. I expect that gap might even expand, and it slowly starts to do so, and then it heads back. Oh my goodness, it's a concertina effect at the moment, but with only 2,700 meters remaining of this entire race, I think it's in the bag for this man. Wow, Alejandro Valverde took the Liège-Bastogne-Liège last year, don't forget. 35 years of age, we remind you. Stages on the Vuelta. Flèche Wallonne belonged to him as well, and he's come out of the top of this year as he left last season, absolutely up there and at his best. 2.6 Ks to go. He's firing up, and he is ready, I think, to have a celebration barbecue at the end of the day, and it's everyone else that's been fried here.
Well, we've got 2.5 Ks to go, as you said, Carlton. It's 2.5 Ks in which TJ Van Garderen has got to find around 20 seconds to get that red jersey back. Remember, Alejandro Valverde sits at 22 seconds. I don't think TJ Van Garderen's going to get any help from Rafa Majka by the look on his face. An absolutely fantastic finale to this race.
It's amazing. Well, the organisers changed the course. They've given us 2 looks at the Peñas Blancas, and it's been a joy. This is the road they came down a little bit earlier on today on our transmission. The gap is holding. In fact, it's being trimmed just a little bit. This is a mighty effort by TJ Van Garderen. Quite often, when the adrenaline kicks in, it's amazing what extra reserves you can find that so late on. You see Chris Froome do it. We've got to see TJ do it if he wants to win this race.
Yeah, every rider that rides in the leader's jersey of any race can find that few extra percentage points. And I think more significantly, although this is a 2.1 race, radios are now allowed, so Valverde will be fully aware. I've no doubt his director sportive will be shouting in his ear, giving him the time back. The same will be said for TJ Van Garderen. In fact, you can see he's got the earpiece in. He'll know the time back, the time gap. It's basically now an individual pursuit between Valverde and TJ Van Garderen.
Wow, as soon as that ticker, which now says 40 seconds, provided it says 23 or more, Valverde is the champion. It's as simple as that. 2 kilometers to go, says the flag. 1.9, and it does matter, says the graphic, but it is easing up. And don't forget the very last section. I think he'll be able to plan maybe his celebrations. He doesn't want to do too much of that, however. He's got to be sure that that gap is correct, and in fact it's more than 22 seconds. It's holding at 40. He's doing the job. 1.8 to go. I think Valverde has won this race.
Well, still 1.8 K to go. Anything can happen, but just by the way that still Alejandro Valverde, it just seems to be, it just has this power, you know, it's leaning on the pedals, using an incredible amount of torque, a far less fluid style than we see from TJ Van Garderen, who looks far more at ease on the climb, yet isn't producing quite the same amount of power. Both riders at the moment riding at essentially the same speed. That gap that Valverde opened up was super impressive. What a turn of speed.
Bolkamolima it is that's just on the wheel of TJ Van Garderen on the right-hand side of your screen. Van Garderen wearing the red leader's jersey, and right now it looks like he's going to hand it over to Alejandro Valverde. Well, when Valverde took off and he did that look, that killer look that he does, it's almost a stare as if to say, ha, here I go. He wasn't worried. He wasn't checking who was coming with him. It was almost like to say, see you boys. And right now he's waved farewell to them and hello to the crowd that are waiting for him. 1400 meters is all he's got to take right now. The Flamme Rouge beckons for Alejandro Valverde, and I'm afraid TJ Van Garderen is not going to win this race, not with this man in this kind of mood.
He's absolutely, as I've said before, rampaging up this climb. 1300 meters to go. It does level out a bit before actually dipping to the finish. But what about Bauke Mollema? What a ride by him, number 31 for Trek Segafredo, and also Rafa Majka. Those two riders by this ride looking like one of them's going to end up on the podium too. So a fantastic battle for the last step on the podium, but still TJ Van Garderen will not give up on the drops, finds the gears, closes another couple of seconds. This is going to be right on a knife edge.
It is going to be on a knife edge because he's got some real pace about him, and as it flattens out he can start to time trial. Flamme Rouge then underneath it, 36 seconds. If it says 23 or more, then we have our winner. If it says 22, it's on countback, but for the time being Valverde is our race winner in waiting. 900 meters to go. He's starting to think about it. He's going to have to drive this all the way to the line. No fancy celebrations for him today, I don't think, as TJ gets out of the saddle. Bauke Mollema just staying on board as a passenger round a car that's rather unkindly parked on the inside in the road. But here we go. Very, very last run for home right now. The crowd starting to cheer him on. They know what's happened. They've been listening to the radio as we have, and 36 seconds now is the gap. Storm clouds gathering in the valleys, but it's a lightning strike, I've got to tell you, by Valverde today. What an amazing sound, the roll of thunder that this man has created. It's just a brilliant run, perfect piece of strategy, great piece of delivery. He's just got to bring it home right now. Last few corners.
Well, he's ridden like an absolute assassin, has dispatched his rivals. He's now the virtual leader on the road. He's going to time trial it to the finish. He cannot rest at all. Look at him fighting as the gradient just pitches towards the end, and behind there's a chase. TJ Van Garderen will fight always to the line, and of course there's third place overall on offer at the moment. That is going to Bauke Mollema. What a fascinating battle this final stage of the Vuelta Andalucia has given us.
Anyone can blow up a course at any time, especially when you put this much effort in, and we hope for Valverde's sake that this does not happen. But TJ is absolutely motoring. He's out of the saddle. He's on a sprint at the moment, albeit uphill. Staying with him is Bauke Mollema of Trek Segafredo, and just as well on board for the fun of it, Rafa Majka, therefore Tinkoff rolling. But all four of these men are going to get a great position. But look at the gap, 38 seconds, 39 seconds. It's holding, and the man is going to hold the title. Is Alejandro Valverde.
He's looking very, very good. He's actually opened up a couple more seconds lead. Still hasn't moved out of that big ring. Riding this mountain on the big ring, absolutely imperious form. But an attack, what a ride by Bauke Mollema, making sure that he ensures third step on the podium.
This is another stiletto between the ribs, I'm afraid, of TJ Van Garderen. Somebody who's been sitting on his back wheel. It's a heartbreaker. And don't forget that gap from Valverde is, of course, to the chaser Mollema, as TJ Van Garderen still feels the weight of the anchor that is Rafa Majka on his back wheel. No help for him, but this man's helped himself, and boy oh boy is he going to enjoy this, feasting upon the opposition. What a predator. He has been magnificent, and Valverde is going to take the title here, unexpectedly so, especially with the amount of talent around him. Younger men, don't forget, but this is an old dog who still has plenty of new tricks. Average speed today, 35.8 kilometers per hour. We've got our champion, and what a champion it is. We'll call the rest of them in, of course. Bauke Mollema is going to be the nearest man to him, but what will be the time deficit at the end? TJ, unfortunately, has also been mugged here on the day by Rafa Majka. TJ, brave effort by him, super performance in the individual time trial, but the gap, well, there you are. Valverde confirmed as winner as the clock rolls past 23, in fact past 33, 35 seconds down, the second place man Mollema. What about Majka? 40 seconds. And what about TJ after such a brave effort? Great racing by him. Well, it's going to be approaching 50. 48 seconds the gap. We have our champion. His name is Alejandro Valverde. Look at that.
There you go, that's what it means to him. There was no celebration as he crossed the line, probably didn't have the strength to even raise his arm, and of course he couldn't guarantee he won the stage. He then had to wait, and now he's got confirmation of the news. He's been hugged by his team staff, the Soigneurs that are around the line. Here comes Mikel Nieve, Luis Angel Mate of Cofidis, a great ride for him as well. But look, the riders at 6s and 7s. Here's Walt Pauls.
Well, Paul's just behind the cars here. Nieve crosses the line right now. What a day.